In this video, I'm going to show you 5 eating habits that all lean and healthy people do in some way, shape, or form. And after watching this, you can now follow those exact same footsteps. These are the exact same tips that I give to all my students, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. So you know it works. Before we get started, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to get notified every time I post a new video every week. It really helps support my channel. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, I've shifted my nutrition approach quite a bit over the years as I've learned more about it because you have to constantly evolve in this industry. This is also feedback from coaching thousands of people by proxy for almost a decade now. I've always been a firm believer of taking a multifaceted approach when it comes to achieving a successful weight loss transformation, but I focus a lot more these days on encouraging the behaviors that leads to better eating habits versus the mechanism of nutrition. This is especially true when people are just starting out. But just as important, I believe, is knowing what doesn't work. You can't just blindly tell someone that they just need to be on a calorie deficit if they want to lose weight. And that's one of the biggest problems in the health and fitness space because there's a lot of bad information out there. You've got a lot of trainers and influencers still preaching this calories in versus calories out model. It's all about the calories, burn more calories, eat less calories, and it's totally failing. In fact, if you look at studies, it's got about a 99% failure rate. It fails almost every single time. Why? Well, because it's such an oversimplistic way of looking at the human body. It fails because now you've got people trying to manually burn calories, which is a terrible approach. An hour of hard cardio, for example, only burns around 500 calories. That's not a lot for an hour of suffering. And if you go with that approach, your metabolism eventually adapts by slowing down, which is not something that you want to happen because it makes it infinitely harder to lose weight. This is why I can't stress enough the importance of doing resistance training at least a couple of times a week to build and maintain muscle. Because having a lot of lean muscle mass is the key driver of your metabolism. It's basically your metabolic currency. Like the more you have, the more you get to eat. Who doesn't want that? It's what pays for the dance. Don't get me wrong, okay? The calories in versus calories out model is the base of weight loss. I'm not denying that, but it's so much more nuanced than that. The human body is more than just a simple mathematical equation. Like telling someone who's overweight or obese that they just need to be on a calorie deficit if they want to lose weight is akin to telling someone who's living in poverty that if they want to get rich, they just need to be on a money surplus. I mean, they obviously just have a money imbalance. They just need to make more money than they're spending. Do you see how ridiculous that sounds? Yes, that statement is technically true, but it's not very helpful. Rarely do I ever tell someone to track their calories these days. I don't even do that. What I get people to do instead is simple, because simple is good. Simple always works. You want to incorporate certain things in your life that encourage better behaviors that naturally makes you eat better. If you're constantly trying to eat healthy, you're gonna fail because eventually your willpower is gonna run out. That's why motivation is garbage, because it's fleeting. You only have a finite amount of it. And if you're having a bad day, it magically runs out. I've never had to talk to a client who's motivated into eating right and working out. It just happens automatically. Again, the trouble is when that motivation runs out, like it always does. So here are 5 things you can do instead. First, take away all distractions while you're eating. Don't worry about counting calories or whatever. Every time you eat, make sure you're not on your phone, you're not watching TV, you're not reading a book, and you're just focused on eating your meal. You're probably wondering, what does that have to do with weight loss? Everything. Non-distracted eating naturally results in fewer calories consumed. When you're distracted, you easily eat 15% more calories. Also, when you tell someone that they need to track all their calories and measure everything down to the gram, it can be mentally challenging because it's tedious. Plus, the actual amount of calories on the nutritional label sticker can be off by as much as 20%. When you're coming home from work after a long day, do you really want to be typing every food on a macro calculator and weighing everything on a food scale? No, it's just not practical. You're hungry. You just want to eat. But if I tell my client to just not worry about that for now, just sit down and eat your food. Again, don't watch TV or scroll through your phone. Everyone can do that. It works because they don't feel deprived. They're not cutting out anything. Oddly enough, people usually report fat loss after a month or 2 of non-distracted eating. Next, I don't really have a lot of hard and fast rules about food, other than not going fully plant-based, aka going vegan. Simply put, optimal health is impossible without animal foods. If you think otherwise, you can stop watching this video. It won't hurt my feelings. But that's actually one of the ways I qualify people if they want to join my coaching program. If they're vegetarian or vegan, I don't work with them because it goes against everything I've learned about nutrition. I mean, I'm not a magician. I'm gonna go as far as saying that not eating meat is one of the worst pieces of advice you could ever give to someone. Going vegan also doesn't save the environment, but you won't have a hard time finding a short list of people losing their menstrual cycle, erections, hair, teeth, muscle, and general health when they go vegan. It's really confusing why people still think it's a good idea. But my other hard rule about nutrition is not eating ultra-processed food and not drinking your calories. I guess that's kind of a 2-for-1 deal, but save them for special occasions. But they can't be part of your daily diet. Doing that one thing alone will automatically make you eat 500 calories less every day without you even trying. You're gonna lose weight and improve your overall health because you're deleting the big bad 3 from your diet, which are ultra-processed carbs usually made out of refined grains, sugar, and industrial seed oils. And industrial seed oils might be the most insidious one out of the 3. This is why I always say that what you stop eating has far more impact to your health than what you start eating. Addition by subtraction. Next, we all have trigger foods. It's your caloric kryptonite. For me, it's sweets. I love cookies and cake. Carrot cake and cheesecake are my favorites. I could go the rest of my life without chips. I don't really care for them. But if there's cookies in the house, I will go full cookie monster and eat all of them. I just know myself. So now I tell my clients, you can have whatever that trigger food is for you. You can eat them, but they just can't be in the house. If you really want them, you have to go out and go for a walk or drive to the store and get a single serving. You can have it, no problem. Don't stress about it. So what am I trying to accomplish there? All I'm doing is I'm creating a barrier between you and your impulse. That's it. Because the foods that we tend to overeat are usually caused by impulsive behaviors. And human beings are lazy by nature. So by creating barriers between you and that behavior, it gives you space to become aware of what's going on. Because you're a smart and capable person. Like if you end up driving to the store, that's fine. But there will be enough times where you actually think to yourself, do I really want to drive to the store? Or maybe you're on your way there and you ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Oh, right, I'm stressed. I think I'm okay. I should probably deal with whatever's stressing me out. Sometimes that's all you need. Create barriers to encourage better behaviors. Next, let's talk about sequencing your meal. This is actually such a ninja trick. So, protein is extremely satiating. Think about a nice piece of ribeye steak or brisket. Same thing with eating non-starchy vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower. So you should eat those 2 things first. Protein, specifically animal protein, is the one thing that you need to prioritize the most. The rest you can figure out as you go. Again, I don't even take anything away from people's current way of eating when they're just starting out. So let's say you're 180 pounds at 20% body fat. I want you to eat at least 100 grams of protein every day. I don't care about anything else. By the way, I used 0.7 grams per pound of lean body mass to get that number. Some experts, like Dr. Gabriel Lyon, even recommend going 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight. So let's say your ideal body weight is 160 pounds. You want to eat 160 grams of protein every day. I also want you to eat at least a palm-sized serving of animal protein every meal because that should cover the minimum of 30 grams of protein to trigger muscle protein synthesis. And I just know that if you sequence your meal that way, you would eat less. Guaranteed. Again, protein is extremely satiating. Leafy greens and non-starchy vegetables are also basically free calories. Eat as much as your heart desires. This is why I always say that weight loss in its very essence isn't about counting calories, it's about controlling hunger because being hungry sucks. And lastly, and this might be the most important one of them all, in my opinion, you want to do this because you love your body, not because you hate it. Stay with me here. You would be shocked at how effective you'll be and the results that you're gonna get when you come from a place of love. You're eating healthy and you're working out because you want to take care of yourself versus you're eating right and exercising because you hate the way you look. The former feels good while the latter feels bad. No wonder people stop their diet and stop working out and say they just want to enjoy their lives. Like whenever someone goes MIA at the gym and I randomly run into them, I usually ask them why they stopped working out. Their response is usually that they just want to enjoy their lives, which makes no sense. The reality is you'll enjoy your life more because you're fit and healthy. You'll have a way better quality of life because you're a fully functional human being that can do all kinds of cool stuff. But people usually come at it from this negative self-loathing place. Even saying that right now doesn't make me feel good. And if you hate your body, what is exercise? Punishment. That's usually where you see people trying to manually burn calories on their favorite cardio equipment, which again is the wrong way to go about it. If you hate your body, what is eating right? It's restriction. It's taking things away. You're depriving yourself. Instead, I want you to come in with the mentality that you're making these changes because you want to take care of yourself. It's a completely different ballgame. All of a sudden, what is exercise? Well, exercise is a form of self-care. Movement is medicine. Like, if the benefits of exercise could be put in a pill, it would be the single greatest blockbuster medication of all time. And you can get your daily prescription for free. What is proper nutrition? Well, you're fueling your body with the good stuff. You're gonna feel better and have more energy. The difference between those two approaches are night and day. The results are also so much more permanent. Whereas you can't wait for the diet to be over if you're coming from a place of self-loathe. That's why people keep yo-yoing back and forth. But if you focus on the behavioral changes, you're gonna enjoy the process so much more. Eating healthy becomes habitual. You don't even think about it. Exercise becomes addictive. That's often where you hear people say, I love going to the gym. I really enjoy it there. I feel so much better afterwards. Versus, I don't really want to do this today. I can't wait for it to be over. Just remember that you change best when you feel good, not when you feel bad. The next question then becomes, how are you actually supposed to eat if you want to lose weight? Because here's the thing. 80% of your body composition is determined by your diet. You can't just freestyle this part. Do you have a proven plan that you can follow? To help you with that, I want to give you a free copy of my Lean Body Blueprint. This is how I was finally able to get rid of all my unwanted body fat without depriving myself of my favorite foods or spending countless hours at the gym. It's a simple 4-step process specifically designed for busy professionals, and it's the exact same blueprint that I teach to all my students, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. If you want to be the next success story, then download your free copy of the Lean Body Blueprint right now. There's going to be a link somewhere at the top here or in the description box. Just click on it, type in your email, and I'll send it to you right away. Hey, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post a new video every week, and feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions about this video. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Virtual high five.